I'm Lauren, and welcome to my Flosstube channel, Stitching in the Stacks. You can also find more of my stitching on my Instagram, Stitching in the Stacks. This is a channel where I talk about cross stitch, and I talk about what I'm reading, so welcome. So today, it's been a very, very long time since I have made a video update of my stitching because I haven't done a ton of stitching. I have had an incredibly busy year because I just got married. Yay! So I got married in October and everything, it was just wonderful. So the wedding was so great. We were able to celebrate with a lot of our family and friends, and it was just really lovely. So busy year. But I do have some stitching to show you today. I'm starting to get more into it and back into the normal swing of things. So today I am drinking my apple cider. And it's actually in this goblet that I used for a different purpose. So I used it at my wedding for our unity ceremony. We actually had a glass ceremony, so we had tiny little bits of glass that we both poured in a different color. And then the glass orchard, which is an orchard, but they also have a glass, they do glass blowing there. It's local to my area. Not only did I get the cider I'm drinking there today, but they also did then they took the glass that we poured together for our unity ceremony and made it into ornaments for us. So I just got them back. So I poured in the maroonish color and he did the blue, and I think it turned out so pretty. So I was just excited. I just got that back, so I had to show you guys. Okay, so today I have 3 fully finished, so FFOs. I have 3 whips that I'm working on, and then I have some other things I'm going to show you too, and then of course I'll talk about a few books, what I've been reading. So first off is something I stitched up last year that I fully finished as a little flat fold, and this is, what is it now? And the Cows Can Fly Too, I believe, and it was the freebie last year from Twin Peak Primitives. So I made this one, and I knew all along I wanted to make this one for my great aunt. She loves cows. She's relocated now to New Jersey, but I know she'll absolutely love having this out for her holiday decor. I stitched it on an 18 count vintage country mocha. I used DMC, and then I made it into a little flat fold here with the backing. I got some pretty kind of holiday plaid and used just some white cording to wrap around it. So these are actually, all 3 of my finishes are all flat folds, and they are the first ones I've ever done like that. So I'm pretty happy with how it came out. This one I could not, I ironed it, and the wrinkles kind of are not coming out, but I think it kind of adds to the vintage kind of look of it maybe, so hopefully you think so too, and she'll like it. So I need to just get a little holiday card out to her and send it in a bubble mailer out to her so she can enjoy it this Christmas. I'm sure she'll love it, and it'll be a great surprise. So the other 2 were flat folds that I did to practice because I wanted to make sure I got it right because this one was a gift. So it was just other things I had done. So I really like cows, so I had another little cow I finished up. I do a lot of cow stitching. It must be because I'm from Wisconsin. I don't know. So this is Strawberry Cow by Tiny Modernist. So it's not really a cow, and that bothers me because it doesn't have udders. So this is not a cow. It must be a steer or some other bovine, but not a cow. Doesn't have udders. But it is still super cute. My flat fold's not perfect, but it was a good way to start. I do want to add, I think, some cording around it too. Probably I'll glue on that white cording. I just needed more glue, but now I have some more tacky glue, so I could do that later after this video. I just didn't want it to be wet for the video. So, Strawberry Cow, cute little pink backing on him. And then I also flat folded The Secret Garden. And this is part of Stitching Book Club, one of their patterns from last year. So part of Stitching Book Club is you read the book together. There's usually discussion questions, and then you get each part of it as a stitch along. She just released, I think today, she's just releasing the Great Gatsby one. So if that's something up your alley, there's a new one coming out right now. While I say it's a fully finished, it's not really. I would like to add black cording. I think the white I have would be too much around the edge. And then I think it'd be really cool if I found like an antique looking key and like attached it so it kind of hung off the cording too. So that's the plan to completely finish it, but I love the color. This was so much fun to stitch. This is probably my favorite of the Stitching Book Club patterns that I've done. And then the back I made it's like a blackish gray. It almost looks like a wood grain to me, so that was The Secret Garden. So those were my 3 FFOs that I had. And yeah, I'm excited. I like the flat folds. I liked how they turned out, and now I have another technique that I can try. So December, I often stitch little things for gifts for the holidays. I like to do handmade gifts. And I have 3 cross stitches that I'm working on that I'm hoping to finish and gift before Christmas. It's kind of ambitious, so we'll see how far we get, if we get all of them done or not. But they are all 3 for my coworkers. The music, art, and PE teacher. So I'm library, so we worked really closely together as a close-knit team. And often they will have homemade gifts for each other, so, or at least very thoughtful gifts. So the first one I'm doing is Peppermint Polar Bear by Artful Offerings. And they have it made into like a little pillow. I do not have a sewing machine, and I'm probably not going to hand stitch a pillow, so I'm probably going to make it either into an ornament or flat folded. I'm thinking an ornament, or at least a little hanging, because it will be pretty tiny, so I think it'll work. So I think it'll be probably where my 2 fingers will be, so that could work as an ornament, I think. So this is how far I've gotten. So I got one side of the border done and started the top and bottom. I got one side of the pine needles and some of the snowflakes around. And then you can't really see well, but I did get some of this white in here. It's actually like a tannish, yellowish color. That's part of the polar bear sweater. I'm excited. I have all the threads I need, so it shouldn't be any delays with it. One new tricky part is the head of the polar bear is actually, they are like wool. So let me see if I can find them here in my project bag. So they are Gentle Art wools. So they are a little fuzzier. So that'll be a new type of thread for me to work on and use. So we'll see. It seems so much more yellow than in the picture, but I'm hoping as I stitch it, it won't seem quite that yellow. So I'm gonna just quick put all my stuff back here so I don't have a mess when I'm done, and I can just jump into stitching, or I might actually put up my tree and kind of start getting our apartment holiday-ized next. So I have this in my newest DotDotGoose project bag. They are an Etsy seller that's actually based out of Green Bay, so I love supporting them. So it has a cute little like trees and snowflakes on white for the inside, and then like the back is this gorgeous buffalo check with snowflakes. So this one's probably one of my very favorite project bags. The next one, I didn't print off the front page where it shows the picture of it. So you'll have to kind of just imagine it. And I'll post it when I'm done on Instagram too. I'm hoping that I finish all 3 of these. We'll come back in another video and show you them done. And then wrap them up and give them off. And then also in that video where I show them finished, that I can talk about, I'll do a whip parade and talk about my goals for next year. So fingers crossed, that's the plan. So this is a pattern I got from Etsy, just a digital pattern from LaMariaCha. And it's going to be a little wintry fox. So his forehead has that snowflake on it. This is his head. I need to add the ears still. And then he's kind of like snuggled up in a little ball. So this is part of his tail that's wrapping around him. And then around the outside of him will be like a little wintry wreath. So I've really enjoyed that. I have some really pretty variegated threads in there. So it's been really fun to work on that one as well. I believe this is like an 18 count. I don't know if it's a mushroom or what the thing is. I'm going to shove that one back in the project bag here. And this project bag I got at a local like art store. I'm trying to think of what you would call it. Like a store that has like pieces from all different artists. And then it also, the back of it has yarn as well. So it's kind of cute. I don't know who the local artist is, but it's someone in my area that makes project bags. So I've gotten a couple of them from there already. And then my third one that I'm working on and hoping to have finished up is arranging for Orchestra. And I don't know if I put the picture in there. I don't have the picture of it. I just have the pattern in my project bag right now. But this is an ink circles design. And so it has all the different orchestra instruments on it. And this is probably about a third of the way done. So this is all I have. This is about a third of the way. This is a 25 count Lugana with white and sparkles, and I am doing 3/2, so it's quite big. I think if you did it more on like an 18 count or like a 28 or yeah, basically anything else, it'd be a lot smaller than this. So I have that. My problem with this one, this is the one I'm not sure if I'll finish. I think I should be able to, as long as I have time to stitch, finish the other two, the fox and the snow bear. I am not sure if I'll finish this because I didn't realize I only had one of the Gentle Art dark chocolate. And that's what I used for the outline for all the instruments. So every single instrument and any of the background pieces are dark chocolate. And while I know she wouldn't notice if I like used DMC or something similar to it, I would know and it would really, really bother me. Right now, everywhere seems to be out of dark chocolate, the Gentle Art. So if you know of anyone who has any or you have a connection, I would be eternally grateful because I'm really worried that I won't be able to find any in time to finish this up. So that one's kind of on pause for now, but I really want to finish it for her. It's for the art teacher, or the music teacher, obviously, so I know she would really like that. This one, again, is by the same local maker who makes cute little project bags. So those are my 3 gifts. If for something happens for that one and I'm not able to finish it, I could always finish it for her another time. And I might be able to give her a different stitchy thing. I have some ornaments I could make. Otherwise, I have 2 projects that I have started that I thought maybe I could finish up for her. So this one was part of the Mary and Minty sale, which was one of the big Christmas sales that was going on last year. It's by With the Needle and Thread. and this is how far I got on it. I don't have the picture of this one, but you might have seen it on Instagram, or if you look up Mary and Minty sale, you'll be able to find it. So it has like this bottom border here, then it has the Christmas tree, then there's a cute little reindeer with a Santa standing on top and trying to place a candy cane on the tree. But I'm gonna change it. I know. I sometimes I really like components of a pattern, but then just together it's not all my thing. I'm not the biggest fan of Santas. I like trees, reindeer, snowmen. I don't know. Santa's just not my thing. So I think instead I'm still going to have the cute little reindeer, but then where kind of the Santa is or above off to the side, I think I'm going to write Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays or something quick like that. And then I think on top, it has like just one little stripe of a border. I think I want to repeat this whole thing on the top to have it really nice and balanced is my thought. So that's my plan for that one. And I think it'll turn out really cool. So that's kind of a backup. Or if I do end up finishing all three, I'd love to get this finished this year too. So I know it may or may not happen. And then my other holiday one that I have in progress that I think could get finished this year is like this little penguin snow globe, and it's here on Tiny Modernist. It's this little guy here. So penguins are just so cute in the little snow globe. And I honestly thought this would be like a quick weekend stitch, and I have worked on this thing forever. Like, it's completely solid, so it's been taking a long time, but I think he'll turn out super cute when he's done. So he could maybe be a replacement gift, or I could finish him afterward as well. So I would love to stitch all four of those eventually, but gotta do one at a time at this point. So that's kind of like my current stitchy December plans, at least until Christmas. I did have just a few other stitchy things I want to show you. So when I went home, on my way home to Thanksgiving, I stopped at the Needlework workshop in Wausau, and I got a few fancy flosses, and then I also got two patterns, and I wanted to show you. The first is Bare Tree Forest by Little House Needleworks, and I just thought that was really cute. Good, like, Northwoods kind of stitching piece. So I don't know when I'm going to be stitching it, but love that. And then the other one, I believe this is a brand new pattern. It is Welcome Winter by Primrose Cottage Stitches. So that'd be really cute. I thought that'd make like a cute little sign possibly. So those are fun. I don't know when I'm going to do those. Another pattern I recently got was Twin Creek Primitives. This is their free pattern from this year, and it's called Winter Tranquility. So I might start stitching that sometime this winter too. I'm not sure. So yeah, I did already kind of plan out my Whip Go board for next year. I think I am going to be doing Whip Go again. I was thinking I could talk more about that next time, and kind of show you what projects, where all my whips are at. I am so excited. I got all my whips, and they all fit in this container together, and they're all organized together, and it's going to be a game changer. My stitching's so much more organized now. But on Whip Go, I'm planning on doing 500 stitches for each of the projects, except my two huge full coverage pieces, I put 1,000 down. So how Whip Go works, for those of you who haven't heard of it, is it's like a bingo board, and then each month during the year they call two numbers, so you'll get two squares, and then you're encouraged to try to meet your goal for that month. So that kind of just gets you to keep going and kind of work on some new goals. So, and then in addition, I have all my whips, but I also have a few things that kind of could be like any project or a different project. Like I have one that says current season, so 500 stitches on something, that's whatever season it is when it's called. Work on 500 stitches for my furthest finish. One of them is just any whip, but it's 1,000 stitches, so kind of stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to doing whip go again next year. So yeah. So yeah, that's all my stitching. Hopefully I make a lot of progress this year and I'm able to come back and show you my finishes on those. What I've been reading lately is I just finished listening to Anton Treuer's Everything You Wanted to Know About Indians But Were Too Afraid to Ask. And I was listening to that audiobook and I really enjoyed it. It was super informational. It was the Young Readers edition, so it was really approachable and I just really enjoyed that. So I'd recommend that to anyone. I just saw on Instagram that Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Alston, which I was really obsessed with, I read it this summer, is a Project Lit pick, so that's exciting. So Project Lit is like a list. It's kind of like a growing book club throughout the nation that kids are reading kind of diverse books and just really fun, engaging books. So I'm excited for that. Amari and the Night Brothers, it kind of reminds me of Dragon Pearl, which is a Rick Riordan Presents book, if you've heard of that. And basically Amari, she's not sure where her brother went. He had just disappeared one day. He was a great student. She has no idea what happened to him. But then she kind of gets a message and she gets invited to be part of like this magical secret service. So and it's kind of a mystery. There's a ton of fantasy. I like Amari and the Night Brothers. And then the other book I've been obsessed with and love and have promoting to all my 4th and 5th graders, especially my Hmong students, is Pahua and the Soul Stealer by Lori-Ann Lee. And that book is like, it's a Rick Riordan Presents. Sorry, can you tell I love Rick Riordan and all the Presents books? So it's like a Hmong mythology fantasy book, and I'm hoping it'll be a series. I really hope there's more. It was really, really good, and just how awesome to have another Hmong book out in the world, because those kids need to see themselves in their reading. So yeah. So what else am I going to be reading? I'm going to be reading Sisters of the Never Sea. So I'm looking forward to reading that one. It's by Cynthia Leach-Smith. Here, I'll just read the back to you because I haven't read it yet. The stars knew what was coming. Who was lurking? They always did. They'd seen it all before, countless times, across vast green oceans and eternal night skies. They recognized the tiny sparkling glow, nearly hidden in the wise old oak tree sprawling above the Robert Darling's backyard. They recognized the crouched shadowy figures within its branches. The stars weren't the only spectators closely observing Lily, Wendy, and Michael. So I'm excited to read this book. I have heard so many good things about it. I think it's on Heavy Metals list, which is like a Mock Newberry blog. So I'm excited to read it. I'll tell you more after I read it this weekend. So, well, thank you for following me, and sorry it's been so long, but hopefully I'll be back soon. If not, take care, enjoy your stitching and reading.